In today's video, I have NBA Tuesday picks and preview for you all. My 4 favorite free plays on the board. I put a lot of hard work and research into these plays, and later on, we're going to dive into the data, show you why I like these 4 plays for this NBA Tuesday slate. But before we get into those plays, a couple things we need to take care of. If you are watching this video, please leave a like. It really helps out this channel, and please subscribe. We are 10 subscribers away from hitting 100 on this channel. We're growing every single day. I really appreciate all the support that you guys are giving me. I love the community that we're building up. It truly means the world. I'm doing something very special for 100 subscribers, so please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. A lot of you are viewers that aren't subscribed, so please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and we're going to do something special for 100 subscribers, so go lock that in. Now, recapping Monday's plays. We went 1-3, but we were so close to actually cashing out a 4-man. Let's start off with Jokic. Jokic, my best free play of the day. Over 49.5 PRA, bangs way over at 59. We're on a 14-4 run in my last 18 best plays of the day, so we're staying hot with that. So make sure you stay tuned for my favorite play for Tuesday. As for the other 3 plays, Jalen Wells and Nolan Traore both each went 1 over their PRA line. We both had the unders on that. You really hate to see that. Brandon Podziemski was, I believe, 3 under his PRA line. And we had the over, like, so close. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, rebounds, and assists combined away from hitting. You just hate to see it. But we're moving on to Tuesday's picks, and we're taking them on 2 different places, guys. All right? Let's start off with Novig. Novig just changed their sign-up offer. You guys get $50 when you spend 5 on the app. So spend 5, get 50 of your own to play with. We all know Novig just recently raised a ton of money for the company, $75 million. So they're reinvesting that back into you with a better sign-up bonus. So go take advantage of that. Sign up with my code TH10 to unlock those perks on Novig, and take my best free plays on there. Novig doesn't operate like a daily fantasy sports book. You can place single straight bets on there. It's not like PrizePicks or Underdog. We have to place multiple plays into a lineup to submit anything. You can place straight bets on there. So take my best free play on Novig, and you guys be rolling a lot of money if you take my last 18 plays. So that's that. Next place is Chalkboard. Guys, we've been taking 2-mans on Chalkboard. I'm going to reveal that later in this video as well. But Chalkboard's offering a free pick square and a 100% deposit match, good for $100. So you deposit $100 of your own dollars, you'll get another $100 from Chalkboard just for depositing, and they will match you. They also do daily drops every day where they hand out profit boosts. Like, they are candy. It's crazy. They give you so much free value. I'll show you more in the 2-man later. I'll tell you guys what I'm talking about. Go sign up with TH10 so you can unlock all those perks on Chalkboard. One of my favorite apps. I've been taking picks recently. Honestly, been a lot of fun. But Novig and Chalkboard will be linked in the description below of this video, so you can go find it right there and sign up real quick if you have not already. Now, enough yapping. Let's get into today's plays for Tuesday. Starting with my favorite play of the day. It's Mr. Jason Tatum, over 25.5 points and rebounds. Some of you might moan and groan because he's coming back from injury, but he had a great first game back. Second game, not as good, but it seems like he's still getting his bearings back, but he's been playing a bunch of minutes for coming back. He seems pretty healthy, just kind of getting his bearings, getting used to being back on the court. But he's gone over this line in 9 of his last 10 games. That goes back to pre-injury, sure, but his last 2 that he hasn't played with, he's gone over in his first game and then just under a 23 in his last game against the Cavs. But averaging about 37 PRA, or 37 points and rebounds, in those last 10 games, going up against the San Antonio Spurs. We all know Spurs are a pretty good team in the league. 7th in points allowed, 11th in rebounds allowed. At the power forward position, they're still top 10 in points allowed, and they're 12th in the league in rebounds allowed. So that might halt you a little bit and be like, whoa, well, we don't know if Tatum's like fully healthy. Well, he actually is fully healthy. If you've been watching the games that he's been playing in, he is healthy. He's just kind of getting his bearings back, maybe some like minor conditioning. Missoula's obviously not going to play him like the full like 36 minutes that he usually plays or whatever. But he's going to ramp up to that rather quickly as well. He's also got a great supporting cast. I mean, the Celtics were a top 3 team in the league without him, and now they have him back. It's absolutely ridiculous how good the Celtics are. But what I also liked, head-to-head against the Spurs. The last 2 times Tatum has faced the Spurs, going back to February of 2025 and late March of 2025, so about a year ago on these 2 plays, He went well over these lines and had a double-double in both, 32 points, 14 rebounds, 29 points, 10 rebounds, so well over the line. Yes, he has not been playing as many minutes. I understand that. But look over the last 2 games. He still managed to go over these and been playing very well. But yeah, like I said, 27 minutes per game. Yes, the Spurs are a tough opponent against power forwards, but I still think Tatum's going to have a great game and go over 25.5. I think the line's just a little too low, even for the less minutes that he's been playing. He's clearly excited to be back on the court, shooting the ball well, not afraid to do anything that restricts him in terms of his Achilles. He seems fully healthy. It's just a rather of ramping up his minutes, and I think this is a good game where we could see him get into like maybe 30-plus minute territory. So Jason Tatum over 25.5 rebounds, plays well against the Spurs, like I said, in his last 2 matchups. So I like this play for Tuesday. So that's my favorite play. Now, going into play number 2, it's Scotty Barnes under 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We took Scotty Barnes like a few days ago, and we took his under in his PRA, and he went under. Because he's gone under in 8 of his last 10, averaging about 26.5 PRA, so 2 under the line that's currently set at for us right now. He does get like rather close to this line sometimes. He's had a couple really good games back to back where they're kind of one outlier really. If you take out the 45, really averaging close to like, I don't know, like that looks like 24-ish or 25 or 23. So like decently under the line. But the Raptors are going up against the Houston Rockets, who are 4th in the league in points allowed, 2nd in rebounds, and 2nd in assists, all top 5 in those 3 stat categories overall. At the power forward position, they're 7th in points allowed, the best team in terms of rebounds allowed, and 3rd in the league in assists allowed to the power forward position. So a lot of green here, a lot of green on the hit rate recently. Scotty Barnes has been playing about 33 minutes per game, shooting terrible from 3, although he did shoot 2 from 4 in his last game, but he doesn't really take a ton of threes. Shooting about 13 shots per game on about 50%. Hasn't been shooting bad, but he just doesn't get it close enough to this line. He has decent assist and rebound chances, but he just really hasn't been getting them recently, and we're kind of just sticking with the trend there, plus the great matchup at the power forward position against the Rockets. So that is play number 2, and why I like that under for Scotty Barnes. Now, play number 3, CJ McCollum over 24.5 PRA. We actually took McCollum the other night, and he helped us cash out this 3-man for 6X. So going back to McCollum, because he's been reliable for us recently, that line was also 24.5. He's gone over 24.5 PRA in 8 of his last 10 games, averaging about 28 PRA in his last 10 games, with one real outlier at 12. Other than that, he's had one game where he's missed just 2 under. Other than that, been pretty solid, like in the high 20s for us. So I really like that. Going up against the Dallas Mavericks, who are 22nd in points allowed, 27th in rebounds allowed, and 25th in assists allowed. So all bottom third of the league. Against the point guard position, terrible. One of the worst teams in the league. 2nd to last in points allowed, 3rd to last in rebounds allowed, and 3rd to last in assists allowed. Again, a ton of green at the match, but the point guard position against the Mavericks, a ton of green on the hit rate, actually hitting 4 straight and 5 of his last 6. So really, really good stuff from CJ McCollum that we've been seeing recently. Playing about 29 to 30 minutes over his last 10 games. It's kind of ramped up over the last 5 games as well. Played over 30 minutes his last game against the 76ers, so we'd like that. This is off a few days of rest. Their last game was on the 7th. This game will be being played on the 10th, so a few days of rest in there as well. Never hurts for anyone, especially in a league that always talks about load management and stuff. CJ McCollum's not one of those guys, but always helps when guys are on multiple days of rest, honestly. Even 1 day of rest is good. Multiple days of rest, even better. So love this play for CJ McCollum. Fantastic matchup at the point guard position, one of the best you can get in the league, and the hit rate has been really good for us as well. I like for McCollum to go over, and he's been reliable for us. So I'm gonna keep riding my boy. Pause, major pause. But moving on to play number 4, Bub Carrington over 14.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He has gone over this line of 14.5 in 7 of his last 10 games. He's averaging just above 16.5 PRA in those 10 games, so 2 over where the line is currently set at for us right now in this matchup against the Miami Heat, who are 19th in the league in points allowed, 2nd to last in the league in rebounds allowed, and 16th in the league in assists allowed. So overall, about worse than half of the league, so bottom half of the league. Against the point guard position, another fantastic matchup. One of the best you could probably get at the point guard position. They are fourth worst in points allowed, worst in rebounds, and the worst in assists allowed. So probably one of, if not the worst teams in the league against point guards. A ton of green here, a ton of green on the hit rate, hitting 4 of his last 5, and 5 of his last 7. So love that there. Honestly, hasn't been shooting that great overall, but from 3, he has been shooting very well. Doesn't take a ton of threes, but if we can even just get 2, he shot 2 of 5 last game. He's made at least 2 threes in each of his last 5 games, so I like that there. That's telling us we get 6 right off the bat, some rebound chances and assist chances sprinkled in. Had double-digit assist chances in his last game against the Pelicans. Had 6 rebound chances in that game as well. So I like that there. Hasn't been shooting the greatest, honestly, as of late, but he did shoot 50% in his last game. And actually, over the last 5 or so, he's actually been shooting much better. The last 5 prior to that has not been great. But we're looking at 44%, 40%, 50%, 40%, 50%. So in the mid to high 40s, I'll take that. That's actually really good over his last 5. So kind of narrowing it down, focusing on the last 5 and not just all overall in the last 10. Doesn't necessarily tell us the full story. He's been shooting much better recently in his last 5 games. So I love that for Bob Carrington to go over 14.5 PRA. So those are my 4 plays for NBA Tuesday, and then we'll get into the chalkboard 2-man here in just a minute. But quickly recapping, Jason Tatum over 25.5 points and rebounds. Scotty Barnes under 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. CJ McCollum over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then Bob Carrington over 14.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Jason Tatum is my favorite play for Tuesday. Again, we're 14-4 in my last 18 favorite plays of the day. An incredible run. So now that we've recapped my plays, let's go into the Chalkboard 2-man here. And I'll tell you what I was telling you about with Chalkboard giving out value. I went into the Chalkboard app. I just had a $25 free entry sitting in there in my account. They give these out very often. And other boosts, they give out 50% payout boosts all the time too. I had a 10% NBA PRA boost, a very specific boost. So they do those too. It's really cool that Chalkboard does that. But the 2-man we are taking for Tuesday, we're taking Jason Tatum over 25.5 points and rebounds and CJ McCollum over 24.5 PRA. Now, what I like about Chalkboard, and I've been preaching this to you guys over the last few videos, most daily fantasy apps where you place a 2-man, for all of you that love 2-mans, you probably know this already, you're probably getting a flat 3x rate on a 2-man on your payout. On Chalkboard, depending on your plays, obviously, look at this. We're getting a 3.29, so pretty much a 3.3x payout. You might think, oh, that's not that bad. Okay, yeah, that's more. That's great. But for one lineup, yeah, what does that really matter? Sure, you could argue that. But if you're betting on sports pretty consistently as well, and you're someone who likes taking 2-mans a lot, guys, you're missing out on a ton of value on the long term. 0.3x over the long term, that, I can't even express how much that really matters, especially with how sharp these lines are and how good these odds makers are across different sports books. This is something you guys have to take advantage of, and you're getting I had a $25 free entry, so I'm oh yeah, sure, I don't mind that. Guys, this is why I tell you to get on Chalkboard. Chalkboard gives you so much value, guys. You need to be getting on there. But that's my 2-man for Tuesday, and then quickly here again, my 4 plays for Tuesday as well. So before we get on out of here, if you guys are not signed up to Pikkit yet, you guys need to be getting on Pikkit. What Pikkit does is it syncs up all of your sports books that you use across different platforms, puts it in one spot so you can see your combined records and your combined balances as well, so you're not juggling between all your different apps trying to figure out where your money's at or how you're doing on different books. Pikkit will do that and organize all of that for you, especially if you're betting pretty consistently. You guys need to stay on top of your game and stay organized with your picks. We all know there's ups and downs in gambling, and that's how it is. You guys need to be tracking your plays. Pikkit is offering new users $3 or $100 directly to your Venmo or PayPal when you download the Pikkit app. Use my promo code TH10 to sign up and sync up a sportsbook that has 10 or more bets placed on it. The link will be in the description below to sign up to Pikkit. Guys, it's literally free. There's no catch at all, no subscription service you have to sign up for, no one-time fee you have to pay to use the app or anything like that. They're just going to pay you one time. I don't know about you, but it's a free chance at $100 that you can add and invest back into your different sports apps where you bet on. So go take advantage of that. And that is all I have for this video for NBA Tuesday plays. Again, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 100 subscribers, doing something special at 100 subscribers for you all. So stay tuned, and I will see you all tomorrow for Wednesday picks.